some questions from the room here.
Holy crap.
You had a little bit of time to reflect on Saturday's evening in Stormy. Is there anything that stands out to you as some of the things that you want to carry forward into the upcoming games?
Well, just to, just a stick-to-itiveness, I mean, the guys, there was no flinch. Guys were focused. It really didn't matter what happened. Like, when it went from 13-7 to 21-14, we just kept playing. And that's really what you have to do, and just let the game play itself out. And all you do is control your ability to give effort, energy, and execution. I mean, those were the three big things that really stood out. The couple things that hit me, we outrushed Army. Hard to do. I don't know if I've ever done that before. And now, we've won before, but I don't know if we've ever done that piece. So that was a huge one. And Karan Adams had a lot to do with that on the offensive side, and obviously defensively it's a team unit effort, team effort, whatever you want to call it. But I thought we did a good job in that sequence, and it really would have been, if we hadn't had that lateral play at the end of the game. I mean, we'd have really been in a sizable rushing lead. So that part was pretty good. What else do I got for you? Red zone. We were in the red zone twice. We scored 2 touchdowns. It's a big deal. Us being efficient in the red zone, big deal. And, that was big. So, just football things. I mean, everybody will always point to one or two things, but really, each and every game is its own entity, and you gotta play it out the way you have to.
Is there any specific thing that you do to try to avoid your guys to get complacent this week? Because I know a couple
Complacent?
with there being an
Oh my
FBS
God!
next week.
Come on now. Won 2 games. Okay. Now the good thing about that, it's the first year. We haven't had 2 road games since 2015, so that's a good thing. Going for back-to-back wins since 2018, that's a good thing. But in terms of complacency, I can promise you the guys won't be complacent. Won't be that issue. Got an opportunity to take care of business 2 weeks in a row. Let's go. And that's, now we got to put our foot on that gas pedal. Remember what we talked about, get the second win. I think that's a big deal, getting the second win. So, pretty good. One of the things I'm just going to, when I was at Michigan in 2019, we beat Army in overtime. Think about that for a second. So that's a pretty good win for us. Now, obviously, they're struggling at times but it's still Army. Don't forget that. And Coach Moncton does a great job, and obviously, just kind of shows how sizable the victory was, and then on top of that, you put it on the road down at their place. It's a good win.
Coming to the home game in a little bit now this upcoming weekend's, I believe, homecoming game. How much is that going to mean for the guys? And
Oh,
how much advantage is that?
a lot. I mean, I think this is a big game. Here we are on our turf. I'm anticipating a good crowd and a chance to win at homecoming. I mean, if you're a football player, that's a big deal. and one that we'll be talking about today for sure in the team meeting.
Can you talk a little bit about Gino and kind of how he's transformed from quarterback to tight end? I know he's, gotten a lot of snaps at tight end this season, and sort of how he took that change from being one of your guys, main QBs last year to just settling right in as one of the starting tight ends this season.
Credit goes to him. Obviously we felt like he could make that transition athletically and physically, and some guys would have pouted about that. You're a quarterback and then blink your eyes and now you're a tight end. Some guys would have not been happy with that situation. He's bitten into it, he's attacked it. He's taken it the right way, and we've benefited, with him doing that, for sure.
When you look forward to Merrimack this upcoming weekend, what have you seen out of them, and what are you looking to see?
They're a run-first team. There's no doubt about it. They've had several games where, they're throwing the ball between 14 and 20 times a game. Very, solid at running back. And, we don't stop the run, we're going to have a problem. So, obviously, point one, got to be ready to, get them in the third and longs and get off the field. And, that'll be a challenge for us for sure.
You mentioned that you guys played like all of your available cornerbacks on Saturday against Army. Is that something, I'm assuming due to, injuries, is that something that we can continue to see throughout the rest of the year, using a lot of depth in the secondary?
Well, it was really the moment. Obviously, Noah's been ill, sick. And, we had really 4 active corners and they all played. It was crazy because at one time, 2 were down and really 3 for a second. And we were in a timeout trying to buy time to get Rutherford to get him back on the field because he was over there puking. So, you guys aren't sharing, I guess I didn't do a good job sharing but it was like, what in the heck are we going to do? Because, then you start thinking about, do I put a safety in here? But, like, Donovan Turner got his first snaps, which is a big deal. McGill went in. McGill goes in and, boink, he has the big pick in the end zone. I'm surprised he wasn't knocking on my office door, the last 24 hours looking for more playing time, But, no, I mean, it was a concern for sure. We're trying desperately to get Mahoney back this week and Noah back and then we'll be back in the normal scenario. But for that week, we were really short-handed.
When you reflect on Tyson's performance, especially this past weekend, coming off injury, how have you seen his rehabilitation go, and how are you seeing him right now?
He had no sacks. He was 17 of 23 for 121 yards. So efficiency was all there. Did we want him to have more yards, this and that? I don't know. He did what we asked him to do. And, the bottom line is, offensively, when you're going through your game plan and the game is going on, sometimes things develop. Well, the thing that developed was they couldn't get Karan Adams on the ground. And so in the second half of that game, we kind of rode that. And, it ended up, I just think there was 5 minutes left in the game, 5:38, I believe, somewhere in there, left in the game. And we obviously got to stop and went off the field, and our offense goes out. When we went back out, there was 8 seconds left. Think about that for a minute. So that's over, 5 minutes of, controlling the clock, making first downs, and, getting us back out in the field with 8 seconds left. Now, that whole thing was a little crazy when, obviously, we had the, the flea flicker play, which you see at the end of games. And, obviously that's worked at times. And I'm just glad that Billy was able to, get the ball and, recover the fumble and get off the field. So, but obviously, we rode Karan in that second half from a clock standpoint, and we were able to play complementary football at the same time, give and take on both sides. And, in our 2 wins, our turnovers were up, and, obviously that helps. And when you have the turnovers and your offense is executing at a high level, good things happen.
All right, we'll take a question from Zoom.
Go ahead, Howard.
Hi, Don. First of all, congratulations. Second of all, with the 3 games left, how do you broach each week as you look ahead?
I try to take it one game at a time and just worry about each opponent. We came in here hard on Sunday and got after it, and we're just following up with that. Having another good day today, and then we'll go in the bubble this afternoon and get a good Monday practice in, and but one at a time. Don't look ahead, don't look behind. The nice thing is we're going to play Merrimack this week, and after the week we get another bye. And think about it, our guys have been going since July. Think about that for a minute. That's a long run. I don't know if I've ever coached in July, and I'm going to coach right up to the last week of regular season. We're going to be doing that as well. So, interesting.
Is it better to have a bye week after the FCS game, so maybe your guys aren't looking ahead at somebody?
FCS, FBS, I've been on both sides of that coin. I've been an FCS head coach and won a game 31-0. So, you can't think that way. You just got to get ready to play the game that's in front of you. And, that's my goal, my job, and our coaching staff's job is to get our guys ready to play at a high level. But on the other end of the game, to have that break again, obviously we were able to take the bye, get ourselves ready for Army, start our, direction, for Army, get some recruiting done. And obviously whatever we did must have been fairly good because we were able to, put a good victory together. So, we're going to take a similar approach, This is game week. We got to go. And we'll worry about the bye when we get there.
Great. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, thank you, Coach.
That it? You guys have a great day.